Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps and another Mini Brands unboxing. You guys loved the first Mini Brands video so much that you begged me to make another, so here I am. Granted, these particular Mini Brands mini kits are not soap or bath and body themed, but I will make you a deal. There is a very specific little mini orb that I would like to get, and if we get that one, I will personally pour a miniature silicone mold, cast what we make inside, and make a glycerin soap out of that item.
But Candy, which mini orb do you want to get so badly?
Don't worry, I will show you a bit later on. I literally have 8 mini orbs here, so hopefully one of them is the right one. Let's open up one of these bad boys so that I can show you which one I desire most greatly. Give him a good little shuffle first, though. Let's pick this guy right here. The rest of you can scoot over. So which specific mini brands are we opening up today? I wanted to do the Mini Brands Create, because you get to create mini Master Chef dishes. Little satisfying crinkle here. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? I was hoping for like a full peel noise, but it definitely robbed me of that precious moment. Wow, there's another one just for fun. Much more satisfying. Off with you. Oh, yep. Awesome. Okay, let's get out the little instruction thing that shows you all of your options. Wait, they normally have one of those in there. Maybe it's in one of the little baggies. All right, we're going to have to open up one of them. Hopefully they have the little piece of paper I'm looking for. A plate. Wait, or a stand maybe? Yes, a little stand. Perfect. And some clompers and a little baby fork. What's in this one? We'll find out. Parcel number 2. Cute. I don't know what this is. Mixed vegetables. Oh, delicious. And a plate. This is wrapped so prettily. Oh, wow. Is that a light? Oh, to cure the UV resin. What a great idea. Open this guy. Does this have my piece of paper I am looking for? Yes, yes it does. Okay, great. We only have one little parcel left though, so let's go ahead and open it. This isn't the one that I wanted, so I don't feel that bad about it. A fishing glaze. Oh my gosh, how cute. Glazed lamb. A little squeezy bottle top. And it looks like they were protecting a little something in here, perhaps? Is this the cookie? Is this like a cooking tent? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's great and all, but first you have to see all the options. Here are the instructions. Yes. Now, all of these options look truly delicious. In fact, we already know that we have the first one here. But the one that I really want to make, the holy grail, is the strawberry cake. The strawberry cake reminds me of literally all of the strawberry soaps that I have made over time. The strawberries and cream, strawberry fruit tart. We have done, I mean, probably 10 strawberry soaps at this point. That is what this looks like, and I just think it would be so cool if we get to make this one, for me to make it into a silicone mold, to pour real soap into it, to paint it with soap-safe materials like these beautiful micas I have behind me, and turn it into a tiny little like single-use soap cake that my daughter can use with her calico critters. Other items that I would like to craft today include the summer fruit tarts, the cherry chocolate cake, and I also think it'd be really fun to do the pork belly ramen because I love the visual look of a ramen bowl. It's so cute. Ramen bowl soap? Comment if you think I should make a ramen bowl soap brain blast. I think I could do it. Okay, you guys know the drill. You guys know the goal. We're after the strawberry cake. We already know we have the lamb chop. All right, glazed lamb, you're first. 1 down, 7 to go. Now, I could spend all night chatting with you and unwrapping every single layer of packaging on these little mini things. I don't think you want to see that. So we'll speed up the parts that I think are quite frankly a little bit boring. Pod number 2 has been cracked. Ooh, I think every single one of these comes with a chef hat LED light. What am I gonna do with 8 of those? I have no idea. Okay, first one, what we got? We got apricot jam, some apricot halves. Oh boy, I think we get to make like an apricot tart or cake or something. Stop, it comes with sliced almonds and a little pie server. Oh my gosh, that one's gonna be fun to make. Also, don't look too hard at my nails because I have been peeling pomegranates and everybody knows that pomegranates stain your little fingers. Oh, excuse me, it's an apricot cheesecake, not a pie. I would like to invite y'all to look at the absolute delicacy that is this miniature food packaging. Oh my gosh. Every time I unwrap these things, it is always so impressive to me, the attention to detail and how much absolute joy it gives me to look on something miniature. Almond and apricot cheesecake. That one is gonna be super fun. Almond and apricot cheesecake filled in. Number 3. Crack it open. 4 little packages. I believe this is the one that comes with all of the boxes. What have we got inside? Ooh, I think we got it. I think this is the one. Surely there's only one that has strawberries. Hold on. I think we got it. Yes! We got it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We literally got it on the 3rd try. Look at it. A deal is a deal. I'm gonna have to make a little teeny tiny strawberry cake soap now. It's true. We opened up my dream mini brands create kit, but we still have 5 to go. Oh my gosh, you guys. They've got whole strawberries, strawberry pieces. Oh my gosh. The whipped cream. It's so cute. I literally can't get over it. Oh my god. The sponge cakes. Give me a break. Oh, you fabulous strawberry cake, you. No overlap thus far. We love to see it. I will tell you this. Last time I made this video, people said that there are secret ways to tell before you buy what is inside the orb. There's like little dots or something on the bottom of the packaging. But for me, I kind of think it's fun to just get what I get, right? Yes, it might mean that I can't do the whole collection, but I don't care. I like the thrill of not knowing what's inside. And quite frankly, even if I get a couple of repeat items, I have lots of children in my life that love little teeny tiny things, so having multiples of the same item is no big deal. Okay, what have we got? Oh, wow. Okay, this has a couple of different items. Ooh, chocolate sauce and cream. I guess there could be multiple things with that. I think we may have gotten the cake too. The other one, the chocolate cake. Wait, shoe pastry? I don't even know what I'm looking at now. Strawberries and mint leaves? Oh, it's so cute. Which one is this? Okay, I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna open everything first and then we'll look. Ooh, is this like a little cup? Is it like a parfait? Stop it right now. Almond slices? What is this? I just flat out forgot about this one. Chocolate profiteroles? Is that how you say that? You know what? It's been a while since I watched the Great British Baking Show. Profiteroles. Regardless, they look like just delicious little pastries and they will be super cute to make. I actually think the whole MasterChef mini brands like create collection, every single item in here is really cute. Like every single one of them is really good. You kind of can't go wrong. Where are our little profiterole darlings? Where are they? Oh, there they are. Yes, honestly, they look so delicious. Okay, but secretly we are hoping for these summer fruit tarts, I'm just telling ya. I got the main one I wanted, but I want those too. When I was at the store and I was kind of looking at these, I did give them a shake and I can tell you, it told me literally nothing. So don't try because it won't help. What you got for me, number 5? What you got? Oh, what's this? Broth. Did I get the ramen? I think I did. Oh, I can't wait to make this one. Top 3, you know? Oh man, look at this little boiled eggs and the little ham. Oh, this is gonna be delightful. I think because I got the ramen, I should get to make a ramen soap. I'm just saying. The green onion, please. The little chopsticks. Okay, that's gonna be dope. Pork belly ramen, we got you 2. We have some really appetizing choices left. Number 6. Why do I have a feeling that this one may be a duplicate? I feel like we've had too many of them that were not duplicates, so that now I'm like, all right, the last ones might all be duplicates. And let me tell you, I honestly love that they have included a little light, because if you didn't know that you need that and you have to put this all out in the sunlight, it doesn't always get to all the angles you need it to get to. And it's so much easier to be able to maneuver that around. So this is a really, really good addition. I think that many brands did a good job with that. All right, well, we got... Oh, yes. See, I knew it. The profiteroles. We got a double full profiteroles. Which means that not only does my daughter Lily get one for her calico critters, my little sister Marilee gets one for her calico critters as well. Number 7. What you got for me? Will it be another double? We don't know. I think so. Yes, with the chocolate sauce. Wait, hold on. I haven't seen this one before. Sprinkles? Does one of these have sprinkles? Is this? Surely not. Is this the cake? Cherries? What's in here? We got the chocolate cake! Oh my gosh, I can't believe it! Oh, I really didn't think we were gonna get it. Are y'all kind of shocked that I've had such a good variety? I mean, I did buy 8 of them. I just didn't expect to get so many different ones. Like, I really wanted the strawberry cake, but maybe we should do the chocolate cake too. Oh man, I love the little cake plates. Chocolate cake, we got you too, bestie. But will our very final orb, the 8th orb, contain the fruit tart? That is the question. I think the odds are not in my favor. I mean, there are 11 different options, and I feel like probably not. Because we got the main one that we wanted, right? And we also got to have the ramen bowl. Moment of truth. What we got? What we got? Let's open this one. What was this? Is that ice cream? Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. I don't remember which one has the ice cream in it, but oh, this is so cute. Oh, it comes with a little fork. What is this? Are those apples? Did we get the apple one? Oh my gosh, I think we must have. Oh my gosh, we did the lattice top apple and cinnamon pie just in time for fall. You know what? I'll take it. Fruit tart reminds me of summertime. Apple cinnamon reminds me of fall. We're gonna be grateful. And the fact that, again, we opened up 8 of these and there was only 1 duplicate, that's nuts. All right. Super rare? Never mind, I'm glad that was the last one we opened. I can't believe it. How did I do that whole thing and then I just now realized that the pie one is the rare one and it's the last one we opened? Well, you guys, mark me among the cool kids because I got the super rare apple pie. We have so many different goodies that we can be picking from. Which one are we gonna do first? Well, I'll tell you this. I don't want to accidentally mess up the strawberry cake because that is the one I do plan on turning into soap. So I think it's probably safe. Let's do the lamb chop. Let's do the lamb chop one first. It looks pretty, but I don't like lamb. So I feel like we can sort of whet our appetite on that one. And this time, Katie will look at all the instructions first. How many craft kits do I start that I think I'm doing correctly and then all of a sudden I realize, girl, that is not what the instructions said to do. Last time, I literally made the world's runniest sugar scrub because I dumped all the oil in and didn't measure anything. Sugar. Get every little bit out of there. Open up my body oil here. Pour that in. Glub, glub, glub. You guys, how do you mess up a child's kit? I didn't see that I'm only supposed to put 10 spoonfuls. I just dumped the whole in there. All right, we've got our glaze, we've got our lamb chop. We have all the little items here that we need to make a great one. So, first order of business is to add some of the finishing glaze to the plate itself. So the way they did the glaze actually looks super pretty and elegant, like something you would see in a 5-star restaurant, and I doubt my abilities to recreate that, but we're gonna give it our best shot. So they kind of put some on the outer edge, it looks like they're trying to make it look all fancy. Oh, oops, well, you know, that's not exactly right. Maybe I can move it around. Well, that doesn't exactly look like lamb chop sauce now, does it? Maybe I'll put a little dot here and a dot there. Does that look very fancy? Shh, don't answer that question. Shh, it's rhetorical. Yes, of course it does, Katie. Of course it does. Right. Okay, so now I've got to put some lamb sauce in the middle, and we need to put some mixed veggies on it. Oh, wait, this is supposed to be under here first. Okay, there you go. Because I'm a master chef, remember? Now, let's take some of these parsnips, carrots. These look like plantains to me. You know what? Let's clean up our workspace because a good chef always keeps a clean workspace. Now, we'll add a little plantain here. Let me just plate this up properly. I've been cooking it for hours. Oops, get back on there, you wee beastie. Doesn't that look stunning? Now we gotta stick some carrots in there, they said. Can't leave those guys out. Yes, excellent symmetry. When in doubt, you probably need some more sauce, you know what I mean? This carrot confound you. It won't be grabbed. It won't be snatched. Oh, man. I am gonna have to feed you to a rabbit if you don't participate. Perfect. We'll leave him just like that. Whoa. Whoo, doggy. Okay, so I plated everything, but they said I gotta hold my chef hat up there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and that's a long time. Whoa, that's crazy. How would y'all feel about me cheating a little and going to get one of my LED gel lamps? Alrighty, a couple of minutes under this thing and we should be good to go. Whoa, say we try one of the profiteroles next, considering I have 2 of them, so if I mess it up, it won't be that big of a shame. Set up our ching-ching Master Chef moment. Bam! And first thing is first, we have to set up our adorable little bowl. I think that type of bowl has a real name. I don't think it's just like a regular serving bowl. It may be called like a parfait dish. Let us unwrap our choux pastry. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Do you see the little pastries inside? We must clump them with our clumpers. Oh yes, so delicious. So adorable. So they have them all sitting snugly in the little dish. 4 on the bottom and then 1 on the top. This is quite frankly one of the cutest things I've ever seen. Now let's get our cream glaze ready. Then they said to put a little bit of cream on all of these. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and I'm going to try to make it look random, even though it's definitely not, and it's pretty much perfectly placed exactly how I want it to be. I do also want some of the cream glaze to kind of end up in the bowl, like just a little, you know. I don't want it to look like I was running away from adding 𝘰𝘠𝘢𝘄 sauce on top. Now it's time for the straws, which they placed in so delicately. Excuse me, that's not where I wanted it to go. Okay, that'll have to do, I guess. Okay, cream, strawberries, everything looks good. Time to send it to cook. Our lovely little vegetables have been cooking for, 4 or 5 minutes, and they are done. So obviously, it's time to add our glazed lamb chops. Let's find out what they look like. Oh my gosh. So basically, you take your little clumpers, oopsie.
Don't drop your food on the table, dear.
And you kind of place them all with their little, I don't know, leg stick? I guess Some people call that a bone. All facing towards the middle. That's how they have it. Like so. Okay, I think that looks good. Then I have to add a little more sauce on top, probably to glue it in place, I guess. All right, let's put our little garnish in. Oh my gosh, it actually looks so cute. Okay, I kind of love it. I really kind of love it. I think I better put it in the cooker before anything moves. My profiteroles are in desperate need of some chocolate sauce. Let's see what I can do here. Can I make this look as random as I want it to? I don't know. I hope so. This chocolate sauce is kind of a different texture from the other things I've used so far. Does this look good to you? I don't know. I may have overdone it on the chocolate sauce. Oh well, too late now. That's why I'm using this one as the practice one. All it needs now is a lovely little garnish. Oh, that looks kind of good. Then it says to sprinkle the almonds on top. There were many more almonds in this bag. Ooh, I think he's ready for cooking. What can I say? It's great. Let's plate it up. We'll put it on its little dish. I need my little fork. Where is it? There we go. Perfect. Oh, it's adorable. I do feel like I should have taken more time to place these almonds on, but I don't know. I'm like, does it add to it to be kind of like perfectly imperfect? Either way, it's ready for its serving stand and for a spoon. Where can I fit one in? There we go. It's so cute. I say we do the apricot and almond cheesecake next. This also reminds me of a soap that we have made. It was the peaches and cream soap. We put some little shavings on top. We had the peaches on top. It was a really, really cute soap. In fact, I've done multiple types of peach soap and they all kind of look like this. And I feel like they would smell like this too. Of course, this doesn't have a smell because it's a resin craft. But if it had a smell, it would smell like that soap. We must start by plating the cheesecake. I'm honestly... Oh, excuse me, everyone. I'm honestly so excited because look how cute this is. I mean, it looks like a real cheesecake. I kind of want to smell it. Smells like plastic. It's really, but it's so cute. Like, I can't deny, it's adorable. Now it says I need to sprinkle 2/3 of the almonds on top before adding the apricot jam. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I am gonna try to keep them on the top. Okay, I think that's about 2/3, and then I'll move it around with my little clompers. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want this to look like I tried, okay? Because I did. Now they want me to add on some of this apricot jam, which is really, really cute. It's not really like spreading and moving though. Like it was kind of showing that it's supposed to be all across the top, but it's really so thick. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull that off. Okay, don't judge me, but what if I just use this bobby pin to sort of spread it around? Like, I think this is working really well. Could I have found a toothpick? Probably, but this was nearby and it's never been used because I always keep some bobby pins out in the filming studio, and I think it's the perfect tool, actually. Okay, this actually looks great. Now we can open up our peaches, and it says we need to put the little peach slices on first, and then we're gonna save these big slices for later. Gotta start by putting our peach slices on like so. There are 12 of them, so to make sure they're properly spaced, I'm gonna put them at north, south, east, and west first, and then fill them in as we go around. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I started putting some of them the wrong way. How and when did that happen? My brain just legit went on the fritz. It's the craziest thing. You know what? Despite all that, I still got it figured out. And I had 2 little peaches left. Okay, now they say I can put these big peaches in the middle. Y'all, I am not even going to blink because that was so intense. I barely got them all on there. Now I have to add a little bit more of our apricot jam just to sort of fill everything in. All right, I'm gonna have to move this around a little bit. This is so nerve-wracking. I'm shocked. I thought this was gonna be one of the easiest ones, but it has not been. Okay, whew, I think I can breathe out now. Okay, we're gonna put some of these little almonds on top, and I am doing it by hand this time because I want them to be spread evenly, gosh darn it. Okay, off to the cooker. Look at our lovely little apricot cake. Let's plate it up. Of course, we need a little serving spatula. What is that called? Like a cake spatula? And our fork. So far we've made these 3 MasterChef minis, and I think it's time for me to make one of the cake minis in preparation for the strawberry cake. And then I'll probably speed run through the apple pie and the ramen because they're not really the point of the video, but I still think you guys will enjoy the making of them.
Okay. While she's in between projects, I just have to tell you that this Friday is our holiday launch. This is the biggest launch of the year. This Friday, November 7th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time at royaltysoaps.com.
Here's all the things for the cherry chocolate cake. Really excited to see what the actual cake base looks like. Oh, there's 2 layers. I'm pretty sure that's how the strawberry cake is too, so that's why this is such a good entry project. I have my cake layers. Let's look at the instructions to see what we have to do first. Basically, we have to put the frosting on first so we can glue the 2 layers together. Now, I want the frosting to go to the very edges because whenever I cast this in silicone, I want there to be not that much separation between the 2 layers. So if I get this right, we'll take our little whipped cream to the very, very edges so that almost everything is even all the way up. I think that's what's gonna look best. Who knows? We may change our mind. First of all, I have to say I love this whipped cream in the bottle. I'm not sure how they make a resin craft a pipeable consistency. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. We'll have to see. It would be a sore disappointment if it was too runny to be piped whenever there's literally a piping nozzle on top. Okay, let's see how it pipes. Oh my gosh, it is actually a pipeable consistency. That is so exciting. This first layer though is really just like a glue layer, so I don't want to use too much of that. I would hate to run out before I can get the top done. All right, using the bobby pin again, I am going to try to take this to the very edge. I'm very concerned I use too much. It's also really thick. It's not easy to spread. I'm having to move this a little bit closer to me because trying to do that far away from my face is not gonna work. The instructions tell you to place a little extra in the middle so that you can glue the 2 layers together, so I have done that right now at the beginning. Now using my little clompers, I have to place all these little cherry pieces on the edge so that you can kind of see them even after we put the next layer on. Their little edges should, according to the picture, the little edges should be poking out a little bit, which is probably not going to make this fully flush on the sides. Oops, that guy's gonna be upside down. Could be that this would lend itself to more mold detail, but it does make me a little concerned for the unmolding of soap. Soap doesn't get as hard as resin does, not even if you use cold process, so I'm a bit worried about breakage for things like this. Oh well, you never know till you try, do ya? We aren't going to be putting any of these little cherries on top, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the middle with them. Last one right here. And I think we can go ahead and add the next layer maybe? I love how our cake layer is textured on both sides. You won't even see the bottom half, but it's really nice to see that sort of a detail in a kit like this. Let's go ahead and place it on the top very carefully. Give it a good squish. Then I'm going to turn it around and make sure it's even. Awesome. Awesome. Now it says we're supposed to put the chocolate sauce on top. Another little cutie bottle. Oh wait, I forgot to put the plate. You gotta have that, especially if that chocolate sauce drips a little on the side. Chocolate sauce should be a bit runnier. So I'm gonna squeeze right in the middle. Yeah. Okay, I just squeezed almost all of that on top. All right, let's move this around. Then I'm going to try to guide our chocolate sauce so that we get some really pretty drips, sort of helping these drips along their way. Okay, I think this looks really good. That took a bit of time to sort of perfect where I wanted the placement of all of the chocolate sauce, but I think it's good now. So I'm gonna put the sprinkles on, and then we are going to cook it up. Look at the sprinkles. They are so cute. They even come in their own little sprinkle container. I'm gonna place these a little more purposefully than I've placed the other things like almond slivers. We've learned our lesson. Okay, I think it looks good. Into the cooker you go. Everything has been cooked. So now it's time to add our cherries. Admittedly, I'm a little concerned about this part because the piping is super thick, but it doesn't disattach really easily. So I keep making a bit of a mess. I'm just hoping that I can do it right this time. Let's start with one closest to me. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna take it. Let's do one on the other side. See what I mean? Like, I need it to let go. Okay, I feel like that's about as good as I can personally do. And now I have to put a little cherry on top of each one. Okay, it looks significantly better with the cherry on, admittedly. I don't know what this whipped cream is made out of, but it kind of gets a skin on it really quick, so you kind of have to move quickly. Yeah, you see how I can touch this and it like doesn't even move? It's kind of weird. Okay, I'm gonna cook it, I think, before anything else goes wrong. I have one cherry left. What am I gonna do with it? This little beauty has to sit for 20 minutes, but all in all, I've learned what I need to learn, I think. Pretty sure I know what's gonna make a crackin' good strawberry cake. I've got to be careful with the frosting. I need to make sure that that middle layer is filled enough, and I have to work quickly, especially if it has whipped cream with it. Are you ready for this? Let's make strawberry cake. Gotta build a special cake stand just for this guy. Yep, we've got some whipped cream, so glad I had a little bit of practice because I would not want that first one to be like the final destination. Open it up. So cute. Look at the cake. Let's start by putting our plate down. Now this one doesn't have a drizzle on top, so I wonder how that's gonna work. Use the whipped cream, place the strawberries, more whipped cream, and then we have to use the whipped cream to make all of the individual dollops. Shoot, I hope we have enough. Only one way to find out, I guess. All right, first layer. I'm actually kind of glad that this has some texture on the bottom because whenever I make it into a silicone mold, I think it would be really cute. Like if you turn the soap upside down to see that it has the cake texture. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that off. I may have to snip that part off the mold, but here's to hoping, okay? Okay, layer one. Let's get it on and get it going. See, that looks a lot better. I think I let the top dry out too much last time. So let that be a note to you. If you are making these, the whipped cream is not the same sort of resin stuff. It will kind of dry into the cracks and you won't get that good definition if you don't put the lid back on. And unlike the cherry chocolate, I am bringing this whipped cream to the very edge. I was kind of afraid of going over the edge on the cherry chocolate one. I learned my lesson. It's too thick. It's gonna go exactly where you put it and not leak over the side. Okay, we've got it. Let's add the strawberries. Okay, we are only placing these strawberries on the middle. We have some full strawberries for the top, and I'm supposed to do pointy side facing out, like so. I will not lie to you, it is a little easier to place these by hand. Place them in the middle, honestly just for fun. Okay, add a little bit more whipped cream. Oh, that looks beautiful. And we're gonna squish down our top layer. Okay, this looks a lot more even. I'm glad to see it. You know what? I just looked at the instructions and this is supposed to be for smoothing out the cake top. I feel so silly. I thought it was just like an accessory to look like a cake cutter. Nope, it has practical value. Squeeze a little out. Let's use our cake smoothing tool. That's kind of fun, isn't it? It actually works super good. Like, look how nice and smooth that is. That was also really fast. Okay, don't do what I did. Definitely use the little spatula they include. Don't use a bobby pin, folks. Okay, now I'm gonna put 1 dollop in the middle. Oh yes, and look how pretty that is. Ooh. Oh, this looks really good. They look great. Time to put the straws on. Oh, it's so cute. I'm trying to make sure there's a good delineation between the strawberry itself and the little piping dollops because that will make the soap making process significantly easier if I can make sure that the strawberries are very, very separate from the whipped cream. In fact, I may be able to color the strawberries separately because they will be the first little layer that gets poured. So yeah, I might actually get to work with different colored soap instead of just painting the whole thing, which would be great. I felt like I had room for one more strawberry, so I went ahead and added that. But overall, that looks really good. And now I'm just going to add in our little strawberry bits. I'm probably going to have to place these a little carefully because they said that you could just add them on, but because of this, like, I don't know, special frosting, they're not sticking initially. So I'm going to have to go one by one and try to make them look like I've sprinkled them on randomly. Come on, stick on there. Ah, it keeps falling off. There we go. That's better. Last one. I think that is going to be the cutest single-use soap that's ever been made. But of course, I have to cure it. I have to let it set for a little while. I'll probably let it set for about 3 hours just to make good and sure that everything is fully formed up and fully hardened. Since I think it's super fun that we happen to get the rare apple pie Make It Mini, let's make that together while our 2 cakes cure in the LED lamp. Now, I have to admit, the apple pie Make It Mini had me really messed up. It looked like it was going to be one of the easier things, but when I got to the point that I had to add the caramel drizzle, it would not come out. I was squeezing that bottle so hard, so I decided to take a little X-Acto knife to the container, only to find that all of the caramel was completely dried out. And I was like, no, this is supposed to be the best one. It's supposed to be the rarest one, but it was okay. I went ahead and just worked and worked and worked at getting that caramel out into the little apple pie. And then I had to seal up the edges because I mounted it up too much. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it took me 45 minutes to get this done, but at the end of the day, it still looks all right. I wish that the pie crust was actually touching the bottom crust, but we're gonna ignore that. And since we've had apple pie, a little bit of something sweet, maybe we should pair it with a little something savory and make the ramen Make It Mini. The ramen bowl is a lot easier. It was a lot easier. I'm pretty sure that that was the easiest one of the entire collection. And to me, the most visually appealing. You basically just put the little ramen noodles in, you fill it up, and then you arrange all the little pretty accessories on top and cure it. I mean, like, what could be easier than that? And it's super, super effective. This is why I think we should make a soap that looks like this. Besides the apple pie, I think all the little master chef crafts ended up looking really adorable. It looks like real food, but tiny, and this would be the perfect thing to display on a car dashboard, on a desk. And then of course, if you're a kid, it'd be really fun to play with. And then to add to your dollhouse, calico critters, any other sort of miniature playthings that you have. Barbies would love it, I'm just saying. But I made a deal with you guys. I made all the Make It Minis and we got the strawberry shortcake. It looks really great, and you know what that means? I owe you guys some mold making. I didn't want to take any chances with this mold, so I have let it sit overnight. It has been a full 10 hours and we're properly cured, which means that I can try to peel this off. Oh, this is working even better than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was really going to have to work at it, but apparently not. Gonna have to break the surface tension a little bit around the edge. Nice. Got a little bit of a thin film around here. I'm just gonna cut that off with my X-Acto knife. Just cut around here. It's super thin. I could probably just tear it, but I want to be a little more precise. All right, let's see if that's enough. Cool. Very good. Now for the part that I hope isn't too tricky, which is getting this out of the mold itself. If I could, I would love to keep the whole thing intact and not break it. Okay. Oh yeah, it's gonna break a little. I should have sealed up those edges. What I thought was gonna happen did, which is that it has a lot of silicone that kind of leaked into the sides and it's kind of tearing the inside a little bit. Oh, my precious strawberry cake. No. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh golly. What a rumpus. Tragedy has struck. Oh gosh. It even left some of the straws in there. I never could have anticipated this. It clearly needed more time to sit, I guess. Well, one completely ruined strawberry cake later and a mold I hope works. I'm gonna go ahead and try to clean out this mold as best I can. I can see on the top the little indentations of strawberries, so I think it was a noble and worthy sacrifice by our strawberry cake, but I'm still gonna have to do a lot of cleaning. Now that I have everything cleaned up, we can do our first cast. So I mixed up 2 ounces of melt and pour, and I'm gonna add some hot pink mica. The hot pink mica is mainly just so that I have enough color to see where the mold is very detailed versus maybe where it's lost some detail. It'll help me when I try to pour the cake. Just gonna mix this up really well. I really have to make sure that I don't have any clumps with this because a clump would pretty much secure me not having any detail in that area. And because this is so tiny, we really can't have that. All right, spray this a little bit with rubbing alcohol just to pop the air bubbles. And then we're gonna pour into our mold. Super cool. I did heat up my melt and pour much hotter than I normally would, just to make sure that it is liquidy enough to get into all those little crevices. Gonna give that a spritz with rubbing alcohol, pop all the little bubbles coming to the top. I'm not gonna take any chances with this unmolding, so I'm gonna let this sit for at least an hour. I know that feels like a long time, but again, I need to make sure that this mold is actually going to do what I want it to, and if I unmold my soap too quick, it could get smeary, things could break. We don't want to take any chances with that. I actually let this sit for 2 hours just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and cut off this little tiny bit of extra soap. Wholly unnecessary, but I always think it's so satisfying to do. Yeah. Lift that right off. Cut this little extra bit, and now we're ready to attempt to remove it, which I think is going to be fairly difficult, but we'll do our very best. First of all, I can already see on the very sides here that it really got a lot of the detail of the cake. Oh my gosh, I actually think this might be really good. Okay, there's clearly some bits of mold that I need to sort of clean up. Where we have that secondary strawberry layer, you can see the mold is kind of getting stuck in the soap, and we won't want that. I'm just trying to go slowly. Okay. I actually think it looks really good. Hopefully I can pull this out without breaking any of the strawberries. Oh my gosh. It actually looks so good. Wow. Look at that. I mean, obviously, it's the wrong color. I had to do a cast first to see what I needed to cut off. So I've learned here, this little flimsy bit, you're not going to be able to see that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. But this, I mean, it legitimately looks just like a cake. I'm shocked. And if I pour this correctly, like pour a little bit of red into these containers and then pour white, and then hopefully I'll be able to see a difference between the two tan layers. I feel like if I can do that and I can get those 3 colors down, everything after that can be painted with relative ease and it'll look really realistic. All right, so as far as fixing the mold goes, I'm just gonna cut these really, really thin bits out. You can't really see that part of the soap and it just keeps getting stuck. Awesome, I removed all the little straggly pieces. So now I think we should try to pour the soap. I also think we should fragrance the soap. Okay, I have 2 little containers of melt and pour. I have some clear melt and pour and some white melt and pour. I also have the strawberry macaron and vanilla whip fragrance from Makesy. Literally the perfect smell for both a strawberry vanilla soap and what I think this pour thing would have smelled like if they could have fragranced it. I'm only gonna add like 2 or 3 drops because this is literally like a teeny amount of melt and pour. Yeah, that was plenty because it's already super fragrant. Now I'm gonna reach up behind me and get one of these colors down. I think I'm gonna use Lipstick Red. This is from Fizz Fairy. We're gonna use this for the strawberries. So I'm gonna start by blending up this teeny tiny amount of soap. I'm gonna pour some of it off. We're gonna add a teeny tiny amount of red. Mix that in really good. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to heat this up again, which may end up being the story of my life for this project because it's so little melt and pour. It just cools very quickly.
Okay, while she's melting her soap down, let me talk to you about these. So we picked fragrances that we thought would do well in multiple different products. So one of those products is body scrubs. Another one of those products is body lotions. And then another one is wax melts. So check out these wax melts. This is something that Shelly did, the Empress of Embeds, is she made these into little pine trees. Isn't that cool? This is for Pinewood Trail. So let's say that you really like the fragrance Pinewood Trail. So what you would do is show up on Friday and get this bundle that we're putting together, and it ships free to the USA. Another thing, if you really like these low top artisan soaps, then you can get these 4 in a bundle and that ships free to the United States. Okay, I gotta go.
Okay, just heated it up. Gotta work quick. Here's my pipette. Gonna suck some of this red up. I'm gonna try to get those strawberries perfect. Looks like it's literally about 5 drops. I'd rather underfill than overfill because if I overfill on something like this, it's gonna make it look like the strawberry is like oozing. I can also see little tiny strawberry embeds and I am trying to fill some of those because why not? It'll just save me painting time later. Okay. First layer done, gotta go heat up the white layer. This is really warm, so I hope it doesn't melt, but I can't wait too much longer. Let's try to pour it in. I don't think it was quite enough. Wow, what are the odds of that I would get too little instead of not enough? Okay, I'm just gonna try to fill in these little gaps that I can see. Need a little more white. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's the first layer done. Now we have to mix up our cake color. So I added a little bit of white melt and pour into our clear melt and pour, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of tan to that as well. I'm gonna add truly just the teensiest amount. So we're gonna go in with our 24 karat gold. Okay, a little bit of gold. Where's some of that white? Let's add a little bit in here. Perfect. Put a little bit of fragrance in there. I think it's about the right consistency. How's this layer doing? Okay, looks really good. All right, let's try adding in our cake layer. Okay, that looks pretty good. I hope I don't regret making it this clear. Okay, I think that's the perfect amount. Then there will be another white layer, and then the final layer will be this tan color again. So this is going well. Gotta go heat up that white again. I've turned the mold slightly so that I can see where I need to stop pouring the white layer. Okay, I think this is ready. Going well. Oh no, now it needs to be heated again. Look at that. It literally got stuck in my pipette and hardened completely. You're not being very easy to get along with. Soapy poo. Okay, I think I got it. We only have one more layer left. Just heated up the very last set of melt and pour. I can't believe it. I am gonna let it sit a little bit because it's super, super warm and I don't want it to melt that white layer. This is so totally different from working with resin. You pour resin, you heat it up in the UV light, it's hard as a rock. You don't have to worry about any of this, but with soap, you can so easily melt through the next layer, but if you wait too long, it may not stick. So it's really kind of a fine line between ruining something and it all working out. Spritz that a little bit more. This has calmed down a little. Just gonna pour that in. Tippy top. I think it's gonna work. Okay, no more, no less. I'm gonna let that sit for an hour and we're gonna attempt to unmold it. Fingers crossed. And here we are, day 3, let's unmold the soap. This is our very first attempt, so I won't be fully surprised if it's not perfect, but if it's really close. Just gonna pull off the sides to make sure that I don't break it when I pop it out. Okay, big reveal. Oh my gosh. Oh. The way I would never know this was soap. Never. I would never know. Look at the detail. You can see every single little dot on that cake. I do see a couple of little spots like right here and right here that didn't get the red, but I had fully intended on just painting those on. Now I wonder if it's even necessary. I kind of feel like it's not. And it smells so good. I can't get over this. It is sending me... Let's view that progression, shall we? Here's our first starting out point. Bless her, she looked so much prettier the other day. Then we had to have our first pour just to make sure everything looked right. And finally, we have the final moment. Now, if I was going to re-pour this, I may try a little harder to get a deeper red tone. And I also would try harder to get the cake to be a little bit darker. There are cakes this color, no doubt. But if I was really trying to like match the mini foods, I obviously would need to saturate this a little bit more, but it looks real and that's insane. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed me making all of these Make It Mini MasterChef projects. And if you don't get too close and you just did a quick pan across all the projects, it would be hard to tell which one is the soap. If you were thinking that you might try one of these little mini kits, let me just say I highly recommend it. And I also think it would be really fun to glue every project to its own little plate and then put a magnet on the back and you could have some really cool fridge magnets. Alternatively, you could do a lot of these projects and put it like around a picture frame or just in a little cabinet full of mini items. These are really fun projects for truly any age, and I loved this particular collection. I'm gonna say our first mini food soap is a raging success, and I'm really excited to do more projects like this in the future. Now, you guys have to tell me, are there any other mini brand lines like the MasterChef, like the spa kit, that you think would make a really fun video for me to do, or that you think would be fun to cast as a silicone mold and then make a miniature soap version of it? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it, give the video a big thumbs up. That truly helps me know which sort of videos you guys are interested in, and I will see you guys on Friday's video. That is the final video before we launch our holiday collection at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, royaltysoaps.com. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, like checking out a new mini kit food series, or maybe watching another crafty YouTuber. You guys know I don't really care what you do. Just do something for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Meow.